Hi everyone, and welcome back to another Rainbow Six video. Today, I'll be giving some quick tips on playing all the SAS operators, both for attack and defense, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. So, you may be wondering what this video is about. Well, to put it briefly, this video is the first of 5 parts of my Rainbow Six operator tips by Counter-Terrorist Units, or CTU for short. These videos will focus on my thoughts and tips on playing the operators effectively from each of the original available CTUs. The plan is not to go into too much depth for each operator and their guns, but just cover briefly how I like to play each operator in terms of their gadgets and what I think is a good way of playing them to effectively win rounds. The main goal for this guide is to help new players decide which operators they want to purchase first, since renown is precious at the beginning, and also to give them some tips on how to play each operator effectively. The tips may even be helpful for seasoned players who maybe haven't got a chance to try out certain operators, so stay tuned and see if you learn something. In this first video, we will be starting with the SAS operators, Sledge, Thatcher, Smoke, and Mute. To start off, let's talk about the attacking operators first. Between Sledge and Thatcher, I slightly prefer Sledge, so I'll start with him. Sledge's strengths lie in his ability to really disorientate the enemy team with his sledgehammer and his frag grenades. With his sledgehammer, he can effectively open up many holes in breachable walls, take down barricades and hatches, and make kill holes as well through semi-breachable flooring. All of this are done with just one hit from his sledgehammer. Rainbow Six Siege is a game that's more about intelligence, as in knowing where your opponents are and angles, than it is about perfect gunplay. This is not to say gunplay is not essential, like you'll still need to be at least able to aim a little bit, but people who know how to take advantage of knowledge of where enemies are will more likely succeed in the game. Why I'm saying this now when I'm supposed to be talking about Sledge? It is because of his sledgehammer. One of the most effective ways to play Sledge, and it is really fun too, is to just open up lots of different holes all around the objective room, up, down, left, right, everywhere. Whether it be windows, unreinforced walls, hatches, semi-breachable flooring, everything. This is even more effective if you know that all of the enemies are in the objective room, or if your team has already taken out their roamers and all remaining enemies are in the room. Because now that you've opened up so many holes, you're effectively reducing what the enemies know. Before you did that, enemies know to expect you to come in from one of the few entrance points in the room. But now all of a sudden, they have to deal with a few extra entrance points, not only making it more difficult for them to know where to aim, but their movement is also limited for fear of being shot from any one of these holes that you've made. Not only are they at a disadvantage in game, they're also at a disadvantage mentally as well, since they'll be so frightened and afraid of all the different angles that you have on them. Sledge is one of the few operators with access to frag grenades in the attacking team, and that is a good thing. Frag grenades are powerful in this game. At best you kill or down somebody with it, but otherwise it at least forces people to move from their cozy corner where they were waiting for you to enter and get the drop on you. If you've made those holes from before and they're forced to move, they are in a very disadvantageous position, since you or your teammates can easily shoot them down as they try to reposition from their cozy corner. Very powerful indeed. What's more, the frag grenades can be used to take out enemy gadgets too, like bandit batteries, deployable shields, frost traps, etc. Truly a multi-purpose gadget. So that's about it for Sledge. Basically just open up lots of holes, learn to use your frag grenades properly, and you'll be good to go. This is of course in addition to the general tips of learning the maps, use the drones for intel and all of that. But more on those in a future video. Moving on to Thatcher. Thatcher's strength lies mainly in his ability to support his team by destroying or disabling all electronic gadgets with his EMP grenades. He's also able to support his team with his anti-flanker claymores. If you've played Thermite before, you'll know that important breachable walls are often reinforced and protected by bandits' batteries or Mute's jammers. Unless a teammate managed to somehow get a sneaky frag grenade in there to destroy them, or Twitch's drone managed to somehow sneak in and destroy them, it is not possible for Thermite to breach through those reinforced walls, and this is where Thatcher comes in. Thatcher and Thermite are like best buddies, and shouldn't go anywhere without the other. Thatcher's EMP grenades usually solve all issues for Thermite, so that he can get his special breaching charge on the reinforced walls and take it down. Sweet. The best tip when playing Thatcher, so that you win rounds, just stick with Thermite, or get him to follow you if he doesn't know what he's doing. Although this is not as important, the claymore that Thatcher has access to is pretty good at dealing with flankers. Roamers or flankers are the in thing nowadays, since there is almost always at least one roamer on the defending team nowadays. The best way to use the claymores is to put them facing windows or doorways, which enemy roamers will need to go through to ambush you, and you greatly reduce the risk of you dying from behind. Another way to use the claymore is to plant it toward the diffuser in the bomb game mode after it has been planted, and it just, may get the enemy trying to disable it if he is unaware. And so that's about it for Thatcher. Basically just stick to thermite like glue to take out those reinforcements and plant claymores to deter roamers, or protect the diffuser with it. Now, let us move on to the defenders. Between the two defenders, I prefer Smoke more than Mute, so I'll start with Smoke. Smoke's strengths lie in his ability to make it very difficult for opponents to enter the objective room using his special poison smoke grenades. He also has impact grenades to help supplement the ability. The poison smoke grenades can apply a lot of pressure to the enemy team, especially when the remaining time is running low. If enemies are desperate to enter the objective room, whether to capture it or rescue the hostage, or to plant the diffuser, and they have to run through Smoke's poison gas, they will likely take lots of damage in the process, while also being super susceptible to gunfire from the defenders. Smoke has 3 charge of these gas grenades, and so he can single-handedly keep enemies out for quite a long time. It is important you try to stay alive in the match for as long as you can when playing Smoke, because if you can position yourself safely in the room and time is running out for the attackers, you will likely win that round. Another use for the smoke grenades is to cover your retreat if you are ever caught out of position. Since the smoke grenades never damages you, but only damages enemies and teammates, you can use it to obscure the enemy's vision while you run through the smoke no problem to reposition yourself. In smaller rooms, or in the bomb game mode, the impact grenades that Smoke has access to will help to open up access ways to neighbouring rooms, giving you more space to defend the objective rooms from, or to open up different lines of sight that can catch enemies off guard. And that's why the impact grenades are so useful and can help supplement Smoke's ability to defend the objective room or rooms. And that's about it for Smoke. Basically try to stay alive, use the smoke grenades to deter entry into the room, or to reposition yourself. Use impact grenades to give yourself more room, or to open up a different line of sight to engage on your enemies. Finally, Mute. Mute's strengths lie in his ability to deny information to the attackers and stop Thermite or Hibana from destroying your reinforced walls. He is also one of the few operators with access to the powerful C4 gadget. Mute's jammers are useful for disabling enemy drones and stopping all forms of breaching charges from being activated. The best way to start the round with Mute is to quickly put about 1 or 2 jammers at key entryways near the objective room to stop the drones, so that the enemy team has limited intel on the operators on your team where they have laid their defenses and stuff like that. Don't worry too much about them finding out where the objective is, since by now most people will know where all the objective rooms are in each map anyways, if they have played for some time. After laying down that 1 or 2 jammers, reinforce the most important walls that need to be reinforced, prioritizing outer walls near the objective room, and by that I mean the breachable walls that lead outside, not the ones that lead from one room to another room, and put jammers down to stop Thermite or Hibana from making holes in them. I typically like to have 2 to 3 jammers protecting reinforced walls, and the remaining jammer or jammers will be used to disable drones. And this is important because, as I mentioned earlier, the game is all about intelligence, and the more intel you can deny your enemy, the higher your chances of winning. Another thing you can do with Mute is to put a jammer next to a window that is barricaded by Castle's bulletproof barricade. If the enemy team does not have a Sledge or Ash, they might find it difficult to destroy said barricade without hitting the barricade with 12 melee attacks. Onto his C4 gadget, you can use it in a few ways. The most common and risky way is to try to throw it at enemies when they come, by quickly peeking out, throwing it at them, and running back into cover while detonating it. All of this while hoping they don't shoot you down fast enough. If you're lucky, you'll maybe get 1 or 2 kills depending on how many people are there. Another way to use it is to pre-place it under semi-breachable floors, and watch the camera as you wait for someone to walk over it and you detonate it. This is the most fun and satisfying way to get kills with the C4, because enemies will not expect anything at all since they cannot hear anything. A third and final way of using the C4 is to use it a bit like Smoke's gas grenade. If time is running out for the attacker and they need to come into the room quickly, you can place it near one of the doorways into the room, somewhere where they can't shoot it from outside the room, and it will likely deter them from entering through that doorway, because they can hear that signature beeping noise the C4 makes. If they do run in, you can detonate it for a quick kill. Just make sure you're positioned in a safe place while watching that doorway, or at least hear for the footsteps coming from that direction. And yeah, that's about it for Mute. Basically start the round with 1 or 2 jammers to stop most of the drones, reinforce some walls, put 2 to 3 jammers to stop Thermite and Hibana, and leave the remaining jammers on the floor to stop drones. Assess the situation on the best way to use your C4 in each round, and you're good to go as Mute. So that's about all I have to say about the SAS operators. I didn't want to touch on the guns and stuff since those aren't as interesting. Different people like different types of guns, and the different play styles of playing with an assault rifle or playing with a shotgun differs quite a bit, and if I go into that, the video would be too long. So anyway, I hope you found the video useful and enjoyed watching it. If you did, be sure to like, comment, and share this video with your friends. More gaming related video content will follow, whether it be Rainbow Six or any other game that I enjoy playing, so be sure to subscribe to the channel and check out my other videos as well. I would greatly appreciate any and all support. Thank you so much for watching the video, and until next time guys, have a great day and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.